God is bigger than your situation. Believe that God is bigger than your situation. Now that's important, because what we do is this: we tend to magnify our situation and we shrink God. And what we need to do is magnify God so that our situation shrinks. And there's a big difference there. There's a big difference between if we're going to magnify our problems and our situation and shrink God, or if we're going to magnify God and begin to let our problems shrink in the light of His glory, in the light of His presence. You see, it's all about your perception. It's all about what you see. Because when obstacles in front of you, in situations or problems or whatever the case, that tends to become the biggest thing in our sight, right? It's right in front of us. We can't see past it. And it begins to get big, right? If I took a piece of paper and put it right up there to your face, you wouldn't be able to see anything around it. Now, that piece of paper is not as big as the world, is it? No, that piece of paper is only 8.5 by 11. It's not very big. If I took this and I stuck it on my face, I really can't see anything but this. So to me, that looks like it's huge, it's big, I can't see anything around it. But the reality is it's not very big, is it? It's really not that big. Compared to the whole cosmos, I mean, this is an infinitesimal tiny little dot in the universe. But I stick it right up on my nose, it becomes huge. Think about this for a minute. This room that we're in right now, our worship center, let me ask you a question. Is this a big room or a small room? Well, it's neither big nor small, guys. What are you comparing it to? Compared to your closet, it's huge. Compared to Conseco Fieldhouse, it's pretty small. Compared to a huge stadium somewhere, it's pretty small. It's actually probably the size of a bathroom in those. So the room is neither big nor small. It's only big or small based on what you compare it to. Does that make sense? It's all based on what you compare it to. Your situation is neither big nor small. People say, I've got big problems in my life. Really? Compared to what? Compared to what? I'm curious. Compared to other problems you've had in your life? Maybe it's huge. Maybe it's small compared to those. Compared to other people's problems, maybe it's big, maybe it's small. I don't know. It's neither big nor small, though. It's only based on what you compare it to. And if you look at your problems as bigger than God, then you're always going to have issues, aren't you? But if you compare your situation to who God is, it's very, very small. It's very small. Now, I'm not saying it's not a big deal. That's not what I mean when I say small. What I mean is this, is that it's not bigger than what God can do. It's not bigger than God. This iPad is not bigger than God, but I stick it here and I can't see anything around it. Compared to what? It's all about your perception. And Godfidence says that my God is bigger than my situation. Not my situation is bigger than my God. And what happens is that when life hits us and comes up close and we're faced with an issue, we tend to only see the issue and we say, I got a big problem. Compared to what? Compared to my ability. I can't get past it. I can't do anything about it. Well, you got a big issue. You do. But compare that to God's ability. Compare that to how big God is. And I think you'll begin to see that will shrink in size. And you'll begin to see the truth of how big God is and how small our situations are in the light of His presence.